Online, follow us. Go to kzoz.com. It's time to talk football. It's time to get our boy Ali in here from Firestone Walker.
By the way, you can subscribe to this very podcast at kzoz.com by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy. And you can get the picks before anybody else by being a subscriber to the podcast on any platform that you want to. On Google, on iTunes or Apple, whatever you call it, and on YouTube as well. Just subscribe in all those areas, and you can get first as soon as this goes up in a little bit.
We are covering the 3 closest games of the week according to Vegas, and we start here recapping week number 2. And oh, what a week it was, huh, Ali?
Oh my God, that week handed me my ass for sure.
0-5. I don't know how else you get your ass handed to you.
I lost fantasy. I lost that. I lost all my bets. It was terrible. It was a terrible Sunday.
Let's just put it behind us then.
Ollie, I feel your pain. I had Mahomes this week. Okay?
Did you?
I had Mahomes, and I lost my fantasy matchup with Mahomes because my receivers put up a total. Everybody says, play Kenny Stills. Play Larry Fitzgerald. My receivers put up a total, I believe, 7 points on the week.
It is the Red Zone Challenge. These are the 5 closest games of the week. We all sit at 4-6 after Ollie goes 0-5 last week. Jeff and I keep consistency a part of our game plan, going 2-3 each. And so now we all sit at 4-6. All right. These are the 5 closest games according to the MGM Grand Sportsbook. And I think the order this week would probably be, well, you're out, Ollie, is going first. Jeff and I tied.
I think since it's tied, the way it should revert is back to how basically we started the season. So since it's tied,
well, he went 0-5. You and I went 2-3. It should be me, you,
Jeremy,
and then Ollie.
Jeff, then Ollie. Okay,
here we go. Let's start with Seattle, 1-point favorite.
You don't want to
home.
start with tonight's game?
Oh, okay, fine. Let's start with tonight's game.
Yeah, let's start with tonight's game since this is the toughest one for me, actually.
Cleveland, favorite, 3-point favorite at home over the Jets in Thursday Night Football. Was it me?
Yep.
I don't know.
You just established that.
Let's go with the Jets.
Okay.
Best of the worst.
Any reason why?
I like that new kid. What's his name? The quarterback.
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, yeah. Like Darnold. I don't have any Jets on my fantasy football team, so I can't talk about them.
Because you don't care about them.
Yes, I don't give a two S. Or I have no Cleveland Browns. And the Browns just lost what's their face, right?
Josh Gordon.
So, yeah, I like the Jets.
I think one of your competitors, Ollie, is finally going to open up the cooler at the bars in the Cleveland area tonight. That's going to happen on a Thursday night, so nobody has to go to work tomorrow because they've all drinking subpar beer. And they'll get their free Bud Lights, their freebies tonight. I think that the Cleveland Browns are going to get what they longed for a very, very long time. I think they're going to get a win tonight. I think the defense is a little bit better. I think their defense is enough to rattle Darnold in this kind of setting.
What about Tyrod?
To the point where, and I think there's enough weapons still there, even with Josh Gordon gone. I'm going to go with Cleveland.
I agree. I'm also going with Cleveland. I think this is the first win of the Browns, well, in a long, long time here. First win for them. I have to agree with everything you said, and then I think they're a more talented team, too, than the Jets, and I just don't trust a rookie quarterback in this setting. So I'm going with the Browns.
It's going to be very reminiscent to the Monday night game, I believe, because the front seven for Cleveland is so good, and they penetrate so well, that I think they'll get after Darnold, except for the difference between Russell Wilson and Sam Darnold is Russell Wilson's played in the league, so he can somewhat deal with it, whereas Sam Darnold is going to get rattled quickly. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I just think that the defense is much better for Cleveland. I think this is going to be an ugly game either way. I don't think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
It's the Red Zone Challenge. It's brought to you by Firestone Walker Brew. You can win yourself a couple of tickets to go to the Invitational coming up this spring. We've got $200 to spend at the brewery or tap room. We've got some swag for you. You could also win a trip to Hawaii. All you have to do is get signed up. Go to kzoz.com. Next up, all right, now Seattle at home taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Favored by 1. I'm always going with the Hawks. As ugly and as bad as that is, But I honestly think at home they can beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, it's funny because when you are favored in Seattle, the old adage was like, you get 3 points basically for being a home team in the NFL. But Seattle always got like 4 to 5 points. But they start 0-2. A lot of people up there know that they're rebuilding. Will the Seattle crowd be a factor like they have been in the past with an 0-2 Seahawks team that looks like they probably won't even make the playoffs this year?
Everybody will be wearing Disley jerseys. They'll all be there yelling for Big Montana. Come on, Disley!
That being said, I think that I think that these two teams are same but different. I think Dallas has a stout defense. I think Seattle has a much better offense than the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys offense is abysmal. But will they be able to stop Zeke? I think they will. I think they will at home. And it's very it sucks that we pick these games when we do, because there's a lot of question marks on Seattle defense that could influence my decision on this. But at that point, I'm just going to go with my heart, and my heart always will go with the Hawks. So go Hawks.
Go Hawks, baby.
This was my toughest game of the week. I don't like either one of these teams. I don't like the coach.
You jerk.
I don't like the coach on Dallas. I think he's one of the worst coaches in the NFL.
Yes.
And, God, I hate to use any recency bias here, too, because I watched both of those games, the Sunday night and the Monday night. I'm going to go Dallas, but I don't feel good about it. I'm going to take them. I think your 12th man could influence this game quite a bit, but
I hope
let's go Zeke.
I
think so.
I hope so, but I don't know. It'll be, I'm watching it more for see how Seattle is received as the not favorite that they've been in the past.
Yeah.
Just to see where the fan base is at.
But it's not like Philadelphia where they'll start booing you in the first quarter or something. So
let's hope not.
All right, next game up, Pittsburgh.
Success does things to people.
On the road, and their favorites going down to Tampa. Has anybody been paying attention to what's going on with hashtag Fitzmagic? Fitzmagic and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, I don't know how many. What's he averaged over 400 yards in the last 2 games?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Bucs. I'm going with the hot hand. I'm going with all the weapons that Fitzmagic has got going on. Did you see him in the press conference afterwards?
I did.
Love it.
Awesome.
Love it. Go Magic.
That was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. He's hilarious. He's a funny guy when he's winning. When he's not winning, he's not a funny guy. He was that way in New York. When he was winning, he was a funny guy. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a Harvard grad, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm a funny guy, beard guy. Then he loses and then he disappears off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I thought he retired. I thought he was out. I thought he was going to be, on the NFL Network or something as an analyst.
He's playing for a contract extension, too, right now. It's a possibility he could get a 1-year, $10 million contract.
Are you interested in him?
Keep this up.
I have him on my bench. I've been saving him. I think this is the week to try to make the best trade value for Fitzmagic.
I don't think you'll get anything. I don't think you'll get anything for him.
Oh, great. Shut up. You sound like Jeff. I don't need you.
You're not going to get anything for him.
Shut up, Jeff. Nobody in our league listens to this stupid podcast. This is the worst advice ever.
Everybody values people differently, and team owners tend to value their guys a little higher.
All right. We'll see.
I don't know. You keep using the term Fitzmagic, but I don't know. Did you hear this, Ali? That Minkah Fitzpatrick, the cornerback for the Miami Dolphins, is registering the trademark for Fitzmagic?
Yeah, that's stupid.
No, it's not.
That's stupid.
No, it's not.
No, everybody knows Fitzmagic is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He's actually a very talented cornerback that we're going to talk about here in a couple minutes.
Really? Nobody's heard of him until now.
Because he's a defensive player. I mean, he's very talented. I am going to go... I think there's too many problems going on with Pittsburgh. And I think with the timing of this whole thing, like I say, I hate when we record this podcast because as of right now, my heart's telling me Tampa. Now things could change between now and then, but this whole Antonio Brown thing has got me
weird.
shaken up beyond belief. Because
bring back Bell. That's all. You bring back Bell, everybody's happy.
Issues. You have offensive line guys talking to Le'Veon, throwing him under the bus. Then Antonio Brown getting pissed off at his offensive coordinator on the sidelines. It does not bode well for a team like, Ben Roethlisberger talking about retirement in the offseason. I'm just going to go Tampa on this one, and I've written the Steelers off this season.
This is the type of team that all of a sudden goes 3-0, and everybody's like, where the heck did this come from? I'm with you guys. Something does not feel right in Pittsburgh right now. The whole Antonio Brown thing was kind of the icing on the cake as far as just weirdness coming out of that team. So I'm also going with the Bucs. They just look hot right now. So until they lose.
Why do they look hot? Fitzmagic. He's hot, baby. Take him on the trading block.
All the guy does is throw 75-yard touchdowns. It's insane.
Yeah.
And how is it that the defenses that they've faced, the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles, who are the best defense,
the Eagles look terrible,
the best defense in the league coming into the season, they bite on that play action to the worst running back in the league in Peyton Barber. How do they bite on that every single time?
Yeah. Philadelphia's awful. They suck.
Okay, so a clean sweep for Tampa.
All right. We'll do this. Miami. God, what is going on in Miami? That kicked our ass.
I'll tell you what's going on in Miami.
That kicked our ass, Ollie.
Minka Fitzmagic is what's going on in Miami. Their defense is better than everybody thought they
got
would
our
be.
asses handed to us last week, and Jeff's over there. Dolphins.
Fins have won me 2. They've gotten me 2 points in this.
They are the most mysterious team in football to me. Maybe they're the furthest away. I don't know, but I never can seem to get a grasp on Miami. So they're a favorite. They're a 3-point favorite, and they're at home, and Oakland's having to travel. So I'm going to take the Dolphins. I'm going Dolphins.
Who's not taking the Fins this week?
I'm going Fins.
Hey, listen, I've been riding my 4-6 record on the Fins this year, so I'm sticking with the Fins. I'm staying in the flames with the Fins. Ali.
I am doing the same. Fool me once, shame on me.
It's all about the Fitzmagic. It's all about the Fitzmagic down here on the Red Zone podcast.
I don't know what's going on in Miami right now either. I flipped it to that Jets game, the Miami game, and another one of those ones. Everybody was saying they're going to be the worst team possibly going to be picking first in the draft, and no, they're 2-0 right now. So I'm with you. I'm going Miami.
Yes, this is the game I can't wait to talk about. The Green Bay Packers.
Why?
The Tide. Come on, Aaron Rodgers. I'm so tired of the hype. Take him out. Traveling to Washington to take on the Redskins. I think one of the most underrated teams this year in the NFL. I like the Redskins over the 3-point favorite Packers at home.
How did that underrated team do against the worst defense in the league last week? They lost 21-9. They're having troubles getting things going on offense. And the Green Bay defense is not a bad defense. Washington, lots of question marks.
They figure it out this week.
I don't know if they figure it out, but you know what is weird about this game is my heart is telling me that they do figure it out. And that's the only thing I'm going on, because everything, all the analytics tell me to pick the Packers in this, right? But Washington at home 2 weeks in a row, I don't see them losing 2 weeks in a row at home. I'm going to go Redskins on this one.
Ali, you got to take Green Bay just because we took Washington and we're stupid.
I don't even know why.
I absolutely am going to take Green Bay now that you guys, even Aaron Rodgers on one leg right now is going to beat up on the Skins. So.
Oh, yeah, you're that on the NFL Network. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers on one leg's better than any quarterback on two.
But he's proven that he is, right?
Michael Fabiano can go pack sand.
Nobody's more dangerous with 1 minute to go down the field than Aaron Rodgers. That's just the truth. So I'm taking Green Bay. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm going to be so happy. I have friends. The most obnoxious fans are Green Bay Packer fans. And let me ask you a question, okay? I have a friend.
Sure.
Him and his girlfriend bought season tickets to go to the Rams. I think she's a Rams fan. He apparently said he grew up down there in Los Angeles. And so I go to the game with him, but he's the big, he's a cheesehead. He's a Packer. He's always talking the Packers. He's got the jersey, the whole thing. And we go to the game and he's wearing a Rams shirt and a Rams hat. I'm like, you could have at least wore a Packers hat. I'm wearing Seahawk bling going, bring it on, bitches. I'll fight everybody. I'm flossing. He's sold out for a Rams free T-shirt that he got on opening day last year. What do you think of that? Is that a true fan?
No, that's not a true fan.
Thank you. I said, God, if I was to go put on a Rams shirt right now, I feel like I'm cheating on my wife. The guilt would eat me alive. Too many years I've spent dedicated to the Seattle Seahawks. Good or bad?
But if I went to a Miami Dolphins game, I'd wear Miami Dolphins. I'd wear a Dan Marino jersey, even though I'm a Seahawks fan.
No, you're not.
I grew up a Marino fan.
You don't deserve to sit under the 12th-man flag in the studio. We're moving it behind me.
I'm all about the isotoners.
Always fun talking to you, Ollie. We had so much fun. The bet is back on, by the way. Whoever loses will have to do the most beer in the beer bong. And if it's me, I can't do it, but I'll try.
And instead of tying it up to the catwalk, what we'll do is we'll just tie it to the top of your tall-ass head, okay?
I like that idea.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Yeah, that's pretty tall. I'm down here at 5'8".
I got to give you a shout-out, man. You took that like a champ. I was very impressed. You looked so scared coming in, but you took that beer bong like a champ.
Hey, like Jeremy said, dude, Dustin deserves all the credit for engineering that thing because it was easy peasy. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I thought, oh, this is going to be horrible. The results are going to be bad. Next thing I know, I got a belly full of beer, and I'm fine.
Until 30 seconds later when it came back up.
Yeah, that was not
good.
good.
The fear in your eyes was priceless, though. I mean, you looked like you were about to fight Tyson or something when you walked in there.
Well, don't forget, you can catch the entire podcast always over at kzoz.com. It covers all the 5 closest games of the week. Ollie, great talking to you.
Hey, great talking to you too. I'll see you guys next week.